My cat has a legal case, and he doesn't care. So over 2 years ago, a cat appeared in my yard. He was skinny, skittish, unneutered, and had a serious abscess on his rump, likely from a cat bite wound. I took him to the vet that night and had him treated. The vet estimated he was about 6 months old. I called the local county shelters to file a found cat report. I also posted on Craigslist, posted his info at local vet offices, and kept an eye out for flyers. He was scanned for a microchip and didn't have one. At that point, I didn't intend on keeping him and planned to find him a home when he was healthy. After his abscess healed, he was still limping, and we discovered his hind leg had been fractured and healed poorly. I spent several thousand to fix it, and he just sort of slipped into the family. To recap, I found a sick cat and spent a good chunk to get him healthy. The cat had no ID and no one responded to my efforts to find the owner. I've now had the cat for almost 2.5 years. Recently, someone contacted me on social media claiming to be the cat's original owner. The cat has distinctive markings, and he has pictures to back this up. They allowed the cat to free roam and assumed he had been killed when he failed to return home one night. The owner's daughter was very upset by the loss. He wanted the cat back. I refused on the basis that I've now had the cat longer than the original owner did, and his lack of responsibility in searching for the cat or providing a form of ID. I feel I did my due diligence, and I'm now very attached to the kitty in question. I also worry about his future, if I did return him. I've been told by the owner and some of his friends that I'm a giant asshole for disappointing the daughter and stealing the cat. I think they're the asshole for writing their cat off as dead without a search and expecting me to give him up after having him for 2 years. Verdict. NTA top comment. Keep the damn cat. The daughter can't be that sad after 2 years. After you put money into fixing that poor guy, he was yours no matter what. First update on legal advice. Fast forward to a few months ago. Someone contacted me on social media claiming to be the cat's original owner. The cat has a distinctive marking, and he does have photos that appear to be the same cat as a kitten. He claimed that they allowed the cat outside, and one night, he didn't return. They assumed he was dead, and per the man himself made no effort to find him. The cat was less than 6 months old when he disappeared, and less than a year when I found him. The man claimed his daughter was devastated and wants the cat returned. I did not confirm the cat was the same animal, but I did say if it was the same cat I've now have him for longer than the original potential owner. Due to this and the fact that he had no tag or chip and the owner never searched for him, I don't feel I have to return him. I have not contacted the man since, but he continues to message me at least once a week and is now threatening to take me to court. Is this something I need to worry about? Should I look into getting a lawyer? If he did try to sue for cat custody, would he have a case? Considering the timeline, it's likely the cat's leg was broken while in the care of the owner, and my vet is willing to testify to that. Would that increase the likelihood I would win if he tried to sue? I'm really not willing to give up this cat. I've paid over $5,000 getting him healthy, but more important than the money is the simple fact that I love the furry little jerk. I don't want him going back to a home that neglected him and let him roam without even the most basic care. I don't believe the man knows where I live. My social media was pretty locked down as far as personal info in the first place. I don't actually know how he found me though, and that makes me nervous. If he continues contacting me, is there anything I can do legally to discourage that? Second update on legal advice. Recap. Years ago, I rescued an injured stray cat. The cat had no ID or chip, and I made a good faith effort to locate the owner. I ended up fostering and eventually adopting the cat and spent a good bit of money to repair his broken leg. Earlier this year, I started getting messages on social media from someone claiming to be the cat's original owner. They admitted they never searched for the cat after he disappeared, but did have pictures of a kitten with the same distinctive markings. They wanted the cat returned. I refused because they didn't have firm proof it was the same animal. I've now had the cat substantially longer than they supposedly did, and the cat's injuries would have occurred while under their care if they did indeed originally own him. On advice from the good people here, I blocked further messages. Yesterday, I got a letter in the mail demanding return of the cat. Previously, they were only contacting me on social media, which did not have my home address or any identifying information. I don't know how they found out where I live, but I'm now very worried they might try to steal the cat. I have home security, and the cat is indoor only and chipped. I'd like to think the guy wouldn't be dumb enough to break and enter, but clearly he isn't firing on all cylinders to begin with. Should I file a police report? Can I even do that if they haven't broken any laws? The letter didn't contain any specific threats, just demands. Is there anything I can do legally to discourage further contact? Could a lawyer do something like a cease and desist letter? I have no idea why this dude wants the cat he wrote off as dead years ago back so damn badly, but Kitty is happy and healthy and sassy, and not going anywhere. I don't want to spend my life afraid to run out to the store though, so any advice would be much appreciated. Third update on legal advice, 1 year later. Recap. Years ago, I took in an injured kitten. Earlier this year, I was connected on social media by someone claiming to be the original owner. They demanded return of the kitty, and I ignored them. They then escalated to sending letters to my home. Some LA posters thought it might have been a scam. I was skeptical because they hadn't asked for money even after things had dragged on for a while. Well, I guess they were playing the long con because I just got my first letter suggesting a few $100s might just assist the owner to move on from their loss. As a bonus, it was sent on letterhead from a non-existent lawyer's office. If I don't pay the cat fee, they plan to sue. My favorite part is that they don't specify for what exactly. They're just going to sue. You know, like lawyers do. I'm still kinda worried they might try to steal Kitty and demand a ransom. Kitty is indoor only, chipped, and rarely left alone. On days I do have to work in office, I've been taking him in with me. But yeah, I'm thinking this is one of the weirder catfishing schemes on record. I tried to tell Kitty about his custody dispute, but he just yawned in my face and joined his big brothers for a celebratory afternoon nap. Though he did hack up a hairball on my pillow yesterday. Paying someone else to take him is starting to look pretty tempting. Final update. The exceptionally stupid ending to the cat scam saga. You all thought it over.
So did I.
But no. Turns out this story really could get weirder. Recap: years ago, I took in an injured stray cat. The cat did not have a collar or chip. A good faith attempt was made to locate possible owners. After owning the cat for several years, I began receiving messages on social media from someone claiming to be the original owner. They demanded I return the cat, and I refused and blocked them. Eventually, they escalated to sending letters to my home on letterhead from a non-existent lawyer's office. The letters demanded I pay hundreds for the privilege of keeping the cat, or they would sue. At this point, it was clear this was a scam, albeit a bizarre one. Someone on the Bola thread suggested reporting the letters to the local bar association. I ignored the first two, but when they kept arriving, I went ahead and did so. I assumed the bar association took some kind of action because the next letter I received was basically the scammer raging, "How dare you?" This was the first letter that contained an actual threat against my safety. So, to cut this already way too long story short, I filed a police report. After some additional letters, my cat now has a no-contact order. Okay, it's in my name, but we all know it's really for the cat. I will say the threats were of the more creative, less actionable sort, but I'm hopeful this will truly put an end to it. This is honestly the single dumbest thing I've ever gone through. My cat continues not to care.